Hey, good evening, everyone. So, I wanted to come on and just share my testimony about a breakup that I had to go through. It's about 3.5 years ago um, since the breakup, and I just want to share certain testimonies with you guys because you know I don't know who it's for. I honestly feel like the things that we go through as Christians, we overcome these things by, giving our testimony. Excuse me, guys. And it's for us to, to tell our testimony, but to not go backwards. You want to grow and move forward from, those experiences and, get stronger in the Lord. Because as I mentioned before, it's a journey. You're not gonna get everything right. I don't care who tells you what. I don't care, if you grew up in church or whatever the case may be. Everybody have to have their own experience with God. You have to have your own relationship with God. You can't get by off of if your mother's a pastor, if your father's a pastor, and all of that. That's great, but you have to know the Lord for yourself, right? So anyhow, what happened with that? um, I met this guy um, a couple of years ago. I think I was, I don't know, like 39, something like that, what have you. And I had been single for a while, anyhow, and of course, single by choice, because my focus was, God and, all of that, and just living my life. My focus was completely on the Lord, right? So, um, with that being said, I started to feel like it was a void in my life, and I had felt like, okay, that I had been single long enough. Now I was single and ready to mingle. you know. So, plus I was thinking about the fact that I only had one child, and I didn't have the best experience with his donor and everything. But God blessed me with a beautiful son, and I give God all the glory for that. Okay. So, I was thinking, I at least want like one more child, and I've always honored marriage, and just a hopeless romantic girl, and everything. And again, it wasn't like I couldn't have someone, but it's a lot different when when you are a Christian, and you just can't settle with anyone, and that was always my issue. And plus, being a mother, I didn't want to bring any guy around my son, and my son became the forefront of my life as well. God, and then my child. So you see on the news and see stuff going on with these different guys and stuff like that, and the boyfriend ended up killing the child, and so, so crazy stuff would go through my head. And of course, I know not all men are this way and stuff like that, but you start thinking differently when you're a mother and everything. You're especially when you're a single mother, because it makes you you have more of a bond with your child because you know what I mean, you experience so much on your own with raising that child. It just gives you a stronger bond, so you become like, you know, overprotective and everything, you know. So anyhow, um, I just got to a place where, you know, I was tired of being single. And, you know, the men in church and stuff like that, you know, that are single, they don't, I don't know. We may have to talk about that another time. I can't get into everything I want, I want to say. But, you know, I'm definitely just going to say some things, but certain things I might hold back for another time. I can't put it all in this video. Yeah, so, and then the thing about it is you don't want to go to church with, you know, the mindset to look for a man, you know. And, you know, you're not supposed to be looking for a man and all this sort of stuff. But I feel like if the opportunity comes and you're interested, you know, you should show that you're interested, you know. Again, but I have my beliefs with that. But again, I would have to put that in another video. Anyhow, so I just got to the point, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I could just start meeting some guys, you know, it's no harm, you know, just maybe just start meeting, going out on dates, and, you know, maybe my husband, maybe he ain't in church, you know, I can meet him anywhere, you know, this whole type thing. And I still do believe that. You know, I still do believe that. So, yeah. So with this guy, you know, I met him. And I really wasn't attracted to him in the beginning. You know, because, you know, not that he wasn't physically attractive, because he was, but, excuse me, but, you know, I just knew right away that it was like, okay, maybe not, but, you know, I wasn't thinking about him in that way. Again, attractive guy and everything. But see, this is the problem when you start just doing things on your own and thinking that you can handle the situation. You know, you can kind of get to a point where you think that you're handling the situation, and that's where you go left. You know, at least for me, that's where I went left, because I thought I had the situation under control, and that, you know, that everything would be cool. Like, you know, okay, I got this. I'm not worried about it. So I chatted with him for a minute, you know, over the phone and everything. We didn't meet until excuse me, until like months later. And it was just a random thing, you know. It was just a text, and then it's like, hey, let's just meet up, you know. It was like, okay, cool. So we met up, and then what kind of surprised me is that he was even more good looking than what I had expected. And yeah, so that was a problem. You know, because, you know, he wasn't Christian. You know, this guy, and, you know, I have to forward wind the story, of course. Um, he said he believed in God and, you know, what have you, but he was not a born again believer. You know, And I just kind of felt like, okay, well, at least he says he believes, we can, because we would have conversations about the Bible. We even, would have Bible study. We would get into the word or what have you. But, I would ask him, are you, so, are you Christian, or what do you believe? And, so he could never really give me an answer to that. It's just that he would just kind of spew out, different ideas and beliefs of what he had. He was kind of, it was like he was kind of leaning towards, what do you call them? Israelites. You know, um, Israelites for Christ. And he was more into that, and he had a problem with Christians and stuff like that.